welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time seeing my channel or my face, I would really appreciate if you liked, commented, and subscribed if you enjoyed what you see today. For today's video, I decided to do a review for The Ravens by Danielle, Paige, and Kass Morgan. I just recently finished this book a couple days ago, and since this is a fairly new release, I decided to do a review for it. This novel came out in November of 2020, so it's a fairly new release, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to go into detail of all of my thoughts, and this is going to be a non-spoiler discussion. I have a spoiler-free review for this book on my Goodreads. I will link it down below if you are interested in reading more of my thoughts. This book follows two main characters, Scarlett and Vivi. Scarlett is a junior at Westerly College, and she was born a witch. Her goal is to become the president of the Kappa sorority, which is disguised as a secret coven of witches. Vivi is a freshman at Westerly College, and she's trying to escape her very turbulent home life and her relationship with her mom. So she starts at Westerly hoping for a brand new fresh start. Vivi comes across the Kappa sorority and finds out that they are called the Ravens because they are obviously a secret coven of witches. When she joins the sorority, a whole bunch of stuff ensues, but there is a secret darkness lurking on campus because somebody finds out the Ravens' secret. This book is also the first in a duology. The Monarchs, which is the second and last book, comes out in January of 2022. I loved this so much. I'm going to start with the two main characters. So I really like how distinct Vivi and Scarlett's personalities are. I feel like a lot of times in dual perspective novels, the characters and the perspectives can seem almost the same. They have the same personality and the same traits, just different names. But I felt like Scarlett and Vivi were two completely separate people. Vivi has a very charming and very good-natured character. She's very naive, very innocent, and very curious about the world that she never really got to experience because she moved around so much as a kid. Scarlett is very headstrong, ambitious, and determined. She will stop at nothing to get what she wants. But I also appreciate how incredibly flawed she is. She is 100% uncertain about her role in her family. She is very doubtful of herself, and she has a lot of anxiety about trying to fulfill her roles as hopefully the new Kappa president. She struggles a lot with those kinds of insecurities. So she's very flawed, and she is written to be that way, and I really do appreciate it. I love their relationship that they have together. It's very up and down, it's emotional, it's beautiful, and so much more. Another thing I really appreciated about Scarlett's character is that she is honest. She isn't always honest with herself, but she's always honest with the reader, and she is very upfront about the insecurities that she does feel, even though she doesn't necessarily voice them. This novel is told in third-person perspective, so we don't get any of the I did this, I thought this. We get a lot more than we normally do for fantasy novels. I'm really excited to see where Vivi and Scarlett's relationship goes further. I'm really interested to see how that dynamic will change for the second book after, reading and knowing the events of this first one. The next thing I want to talk about is the side characters. We do have a few side characters, and the one thing I will say is I love how diverse those side characters are. We have a side character who is a lesbian. We have side characters who are Asian and Black and Hispanic. We have so much diversity. Scarlett herself is Black. So I really do appreciate how we have a main character who is Black and so many side characters are people of color as well. I really do appreciate that, especially for a young adult fantasy. I do feel sometimes that the side characters become interchangeable. The personalities are kind of one-sided, very static, kind of the same person all the way around, just a different name, but I do appreciate how each of them had different types of powers. The magic system from this book kind of stems from tarot cards and elemental magic. So it takes from water, air, earth, and fire, and it kind of works those elements and the tarot card power into what the magic system is described as in the novel. But I really do appreciate how each of the side characters have different powers, because that is a easy way for me personally to kind of distinguish between them. Overall, I didn't feel that the side characters added much to the story. I kind of felt like they were there, but I kind of really wish they had a bigger role in the actual story. I feel like a lot of times authors write side characters and they kind of are meant to stay to the side and not have a huge role in the plot, but in this case I really would have appreciated if they did, because this is fantasy, and I wanted my side characters to kind of be more part of the focal point, and it just didn't do that for me. Overall, I really did appreciate what each character had to bring. I appreciated how they were written and how flawed they were, and how they weren't afraid to really make mistakes, and they were open with each other. One of the things I love about the Ravens as a whole is that they are all for sisterhood. They are all for backing each other up and protecting each other no matter what, and they really did do that till the end. So I appreciated that so much. The next thing I want to talk about is the magic system. So the magic system kind of stems from tarot cards and elemental magic. So you have the 4 signs: earth, water, fire, and air. We also have tarot cards that the girls kind of get their powers from and kind of use to base a lot of their spells. And each girl in the sorority has a different element as well as a different sign. There are 4 different symbols. We have 4 different symbols to align with the 4 different elemental signs. So we have wands, swords, pentacles, and cups. The wands sign aligns with the fire sign. The swords sign aligns with the air sign. The pentacles align with the earth sign, and the cups sign aligns with the water sign. So their magic kind of stems from these different elements, and I thought that was really interesting because you're kind of taking like tarot cards and you're mixing like elemental magic that you kind of see in like Avatar to kind of create its own little magic system, and I really did appreciate that. The one thing I wish was different and that I would change about this is I wish it went into more detail about how these girls are born to be witches and how they can kind of harness their power, because it does talk about it sometimes in the novel, but it doesn't really go like into detail about it, and I do wish that was one of the things that was different. I feel like it could have been better as far as how it's obtained and how it's taken away, because that is also another big part of the magic system, is how you can lose your magic. So I wish that kind of went into more detail. The Westerly College campus is a beautiful setting. I love how whimsical and magical it feels. It's so perfect for this kind of novel, and it adds just the perfect extra layer of drama. It includes 2 small romance subplots, but nothing that is big enough to kind of overtake the entirety of the plot. So I would say that this is not romance driven at all. It's very much plot and character heavy. Overall, if I had to rate this book, I would give it like a 4 stars. It's a really solid book, and I am really excited. I will be reading the sequel when it comes out, so I'm excited to kind of see where this story goes. I will say that this book has like an ending. It does end and I feel satisfied with it, but I will say you need to read this book before you read the sequel. This is not a companion series. The sequel coming out, The Monarchs, is a direct continuation of the events that took place in the first book. So please, 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 if you are interested at all in reading the series, you need to read The Ravens first. And to be honest, you will not regret it. It is really, really good. I will leave my Goodreads review for this book linked down below, just in case if you are interested in reading more of my thoughts, or if you want to check out more books by these authors. I read Danielle Paige's Dorothy Must Die series in its entirety, and I really love it. It's a solid series. You should definitely check it out if you're into like fairy tales and fantasy. I have not read any of Kass Morgan's books, but I am definitely considering checking some of them out now that I've read this. So that is all I had to talk about today, my friends. I absolutely love that book, and I definitely recommend it for everybody. I will leave the book linked down below if you are interested in checking it out for yourself. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety. I really do appreciate it. This is my first review ever, so if there's anything I could change, if there's anything I might add for future reviews, please comment down below and let me know, because I want to make these videos as perfect as I possibly can for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked anything that you saw today, please leave a like on this video, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you again so much for watching. I love all of the support that I'm receiving from my family and my friends for starting this channel, and it really does mean a lot that people are watching it. Thank you for like the 6th time for watching. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will hopefully see you next week. Mwah. Bye-bye.